What's happening, everybody? It's Shamir here. I figured I would do a follow-up video on what new grads should expect when they leave school and segue onto a hangar floor, and what organizations expect of you as a new grad. I got a lot of positive feedback on my first video. It was very long, so I'm gonna try and keep this one nice and short. And I figured I would record it in the new vehicle I picked up. Just picked it up on Tuesday. My neighbor sold it. My next door neighbor sold it to me, funny enough. That's how these things kind of work here in the Maritimes in Canada. It's a 2015 Mazda 3. It's new to me. But I got a really good deal on it, and it's a 6-speed manual. I love the manual transmission. It gives me more control when I'm driving, and it's just more fun. So I'm just gonna get going here. Just been running a few errands. Bear with me. So, first point I want to get into, what a new grad should expect. Point 1, expect to be learning things through immersion and diffusion, and learning things faster than you feel you should be learning them. The organization, the operation that you're joining, and I'm speaking purely from an airline operation. Some of you might be segueing into business aviation. Some of you might be segueing into smaller operations, more general aviation things. And a lot of this is transferable. So back to my point, be prepared to learn through immersion and diffusion. What I mean by that is, if any of you have been lucky enough to have a grandfather, an uncle, your dad, or just someone, it doesn't matter, male, female, who would work on cars, work on farm equipment, work on things around the house, and you as a kid would hold the flashlight. You don't really understand what's going on, but you know that you're picking up stuff by holding the flashlight, right? Same sort of deal. The organization is not going to slow down for you. Just accept it, be prepared for it. It is what it is. Point 2, my second point is, be prepared to be treated as if you're inept. Because I hate to break it to you, you are. The sooner you understand this, is the sooner you can acknowledge with yourself, and the true mark of mastery is understanding how much you do not know. And it's okay to understand and acknowledge how much you don't know, because all of those things can be taught. If you have the open mindset to be like, hey, I know what I don't know, or I know how much I don't know, is the sooner you're open to learning. And people are expecting you to know that. The third thing is, don't be the type of person where you're coming onto a hangar floor and you hear it through broken telephones, somebody who's on their probationary period, how things are crap, and so by extension you feel things are crap. Don't complain. Don't be complaining to people who have been around longer than you have, because chances are that person you're complaining to, they're gonna have it go through one ear and out the other, first thing. And secondly, you're complaining, chances are, to people who have seen some stuff. People who were in the industry during 9/11, who had to take a layoff and relocate potentially to put food on their table for their families. So, now that it's a great time to be in the industry and here you are complaining, people aren't going to have time for that. The last thing that I will say as a new grad, what you should expect criticism, really and truly, and be open to it. Don't be one of these people that's closed-minded, and especially when it comes to getting menial jobs. And by menial, I mean getting the cleaning of the panel, cleaning of the cabin, taking out the lavatory, let's say. I'm just using an example. Never underestimate, or rather, I'm going to say, it's not the job that you're given. It's the attitude in which you do the job and which you accept the job that people are paying attention to. And it might be menial to you as the new hire. There's always going to be something more interesting occurring on the hangar floor, but it's the attitude. Are you the type of person that's going to whine and gripe, or are you the type of person to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this the best that I can, so that when the time comes, I'm given a more important, and I use that in quotations, important job, you do it to the best of your ability, because that's what people are looking for. That's what people are paying attention to. It's the attitude in which you accept the job. Never underestimate a person's ability to make your life a living hell by simply doing nothing. And by doing nothing, I mean assigning you more interesting jobs. I've seen this derail so many people when they first start out. They have this sourpuss attitude, and it comes back to bite them, and they don't know why. Now, I'm going to get into what an organization is going to expect of you. First thing, be fucking on time. Have good attendance. It's common sense, and it might seem obvious, but for a lot of people, it's really not, and they don't understand why. They get let go during their probation. Well, if you're late 10 times and you take 6 days off during your probation, and it's not a legitimate reason, organizations are going to let you go. They don't have time for that. And if this is something that applies to you, try and nip it in the bud before you segue onto a hangar floor. The second thing an organization is going to expect of you is be a team player. And what I mean by that is you're working with somebody and they need something, but their hands are buried somewhere and it's going to be hard for them to leave. Be that team player that says, you know what, okay, I'll get it for you. Be that person that goes, okay, how can I assist you, make your life easier? Even if you know that it's something as simple as getting a part, getting a tool, you know, cleaning up the workspace after everything is done. Things that are that simple make a world of difference, and people pay attention. The third thing that organizations are going to expect of you is pitch in and assist around the operation. Be prepared to watch a wing when the plane is moving. Open the hangar door. Things that are simple, things that, you know, make it easier, make things smoother. Organizations are expecting you to pitch in. Don't have this hands-off mentality of, oh, someone else is going to do it, someone will take care of it, it's not my job, it's not my problem. Well, I hate to break it to you, those are the kinds of outlooks and attitudes that get you fired. And it might be something what many would deem simple and common sense, but I've seen it derail so many people, and I don't know why it's not taught anywhere, or it's not common knowledge. Maybe people aren't getting the explanation from their parents or their instructors, whatever the case may be. But I feel like it's things like this that would make people's lives a lot easier if they understood and knew these things going in. I'm going to end it there. I hope you get a lot of value out of this, because I know people have messaged me and said they've got a lot of great feedback or a lot of great tips and tricks from the first video I did. But I figure I'd make one that's shorter, and let me know if I'm off in left field with this or you agree. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and keep the debate going, keep the discussion going. I'm going to try and do a lot more of these on a more frequent basis. So if you like what you're seeing, leave a thumbs up. I'm going to end it there. Peace.